Hi, thank you so much. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. Thank you so much for joining me today. I was reminded of the story of Humpty Dumpty, who sat on the wall. He had this really big fall, right? And they talked about the kings and the soldiers try to put him back together again. And I wonder if they ever did. You said, where she's going with that? Well, here we go. Imagine your life. Many times we think about growth, right? We think about growth. Everybody's looking for success. They're looking for some kind of way to say, I finally made it big. I finally did it. I finally got this. I finally got that. But let me tell you what wealth really is. Wealth is not about your finances. It's not even about your fame. Wealth is about your knowledge. How wealthy are you here? What do you know? And then what are you doing with what you know? Because you need to know some things. Because things are happening every day that you need to know what's happening so you can be able to move accordingly. Says the woman who don't watch the news. Because I don't need to know that, right? Because that is only going to give me partials. It's going to give me bits and pieces of information and never the full scoop and never the full story. So what I got to do is channel in, get myself together so I can be able to hear, I got to be able to hear some stuff. They talk about how that Humpty was on this wall and when he fell, great was the fall. Great was the fall. It's something about sometimes, I look today at people, are you watching? Are you paying attention to what I'm seeing? Are you paying attention to what I'm seeing? What I'm seeing is, do you notice how many great people with a whole lot of fame and fortune, how they're falling, how they're being exposed, how things are now, starting to unravel in their life. Their life is becoming so discordant, that they're trying to figure out, oh my God, what do we need to do? People are opening up these, these secrets now, right? They're telling stories about things that happened a long time ago. People who you had respected at one time in life, you found out they didn't deserve it. They didn't even deserve that kind of respect. The life that they live in a world that's full of so much evil, right? So much unproductive, behavior. So many things that are going off and going wrong. And then yet we must stay steady. We got to stay balanced. We must stay, cheerful. We must, we got to keep our eyes open. Meanwhile, keeping our peace, our sanity. Because if you're not paying attention, if you're not in tune with your spirit, you can get lost. I'm telling you, it's easy to do. But you got to know that when I found out about a pedestal, when people put you on a pedestal, you go climb to that pedestal because they say, oh, whoop, whoop, you're awesome. Climbing up. Oh, you can do anything. Climbing up. Oh, yeah. I love this about you. Climbing up. Oh, you can make the best. Climbing up. You steady going because of what? What people are saying, they're feeding that, that little energy you need. You need people to like you. You need to know how many likes you got today. How many people think you're famous? They think you're great. They think you're wonderful. You want somebody to always compliment you and tell you that, you do this so well. Oh, you speak so eloquently. Not me. Oh, I'm telling you, you're able to do this. You are awesome at what you do. And all of that makes you, it feeds that thing inside of you. It's like, you're hungry for that attention. You're hungry for that need for somebody to tell you how wonderful you are. Maybe because somewhere in your life, you've always been told you would not succeed. You could not make it. Things would never go your way. You were a loser. They called you all kinds of, negative things, right? You may came from a home, a family, a lifestyle, or an environment that people are not expecting you to succeed in. So now that you have succeeded, you have success on top of your belt, that now you look for people to, to brag on you, to boost, you and to boast about you. And you don't need that because that right there will get you in a whole lot of trouble. Let me tell you something. If you don't know who you are without somebody telling you who you are, you done missed it anyway. Because you must know who you are in spite of who believes that, right? I had somebody say one day, because somebody calls you a dog, you don't go to barking. That's their, that's their mindset. That's what they think. That's what they feel. Let them think that. You ain't got to go acting like that because they called you that. You need to know who you are and what you are. And you are defined by what you believe, not what people see. The pedestal is set up for you to fall. It starts real big and it gets small, like the Iron Tower. You know how it is? It's big at the base, is big. But the closer you get to the top, it gets smaller and smaller. And the same thing about that pedestal. It starts off big, easy for you to walk up there. But guess what? The tighter it, the more you climb, the smaller it gets, It ain't no way to come down. Except for the boom, that fall, like Humpty Dumpty. And when that fall comes, and breaks you all up, who's going to be there to put you back together? Who's going to be there to make sure you're okay? The people who said you were great, awesome, wonderful? The ones who bragged on you and stroked your daggone ego? Honey, you better stop letting people stroke your ego and realize, honey, that is temporary. It's only temporary, honey. I found out a long time ago about people. They will put you on a boat, take your pedal, and say, go for it, baby. I'm right behind you. And you get that little happy in you, and you go out there in that ocean, and all of a sudden, the storms of life go to hitting you. The sharks are all, they're surrounding you. And you looking for your help. The very ones who told you, don't worry about it, I got you. They still on the shore. Never even pulled the boat out. And left you without, your oars, your paddles, so you can get back. Now you out here in a world of trouble, trying to find your way, looking and saying, oh my gracious, because you've been set up to fall. You've been set up to go down. You've been set up to be destroyed. You've been set up to lose everything, including your very mind. That's a setup. Don't worry about it. Somebody talking about, hey, ooh, I really love you, blasey, blasey, bam, bam. Love you. Love yourself. Fall in love with you. I want you to be so in love with you, honey, if you don't hear nobody tell you, you good. Because you're in love with yourself. And I ain't talking about vanity now. I ain't talking about, I'm so beautiful. No, I ain't talking about that. See, you need to have that self-love. You need to know who you are, and what you're capable of doing by yourself. If you must be by yourself, be all alone, you can still do it. You hear what I'm saying to you? Did you hear what I'm saying to you? This walk in life is real. Humpty Dumpty had a fall. And they tried to put them back together again. Tried means they was not successful. They didn't say that they put them back together. They tried. Now, when you fall, who do you have that you can depend on, who is guaranteed, and without a shadow of a doubt is going to stay right there by your side and help put you back together? Because they know great was your fall. They know the pain that you have endured. They know the heartache that you have succumbed. They know that everything has, shook your daggone world. Right? And you out there, maybe scared to death. Nervous all outdoors. Don't know what you're going to do next. But you got those people that say, I got you. And they ain't just saying I got you. You hear them? Hear what I'm saying to you? Oh, they got the helicopters going up for you, honey. They done push that daggone thing and SOS them with up. Somebody done sent all kinds of folks out there for you. I need somebody to send me what some people call them Navy SEALs. Send them for me. Somebody know how to fight this stuff that I'm going through. I need somebody who's experienced in what I'm getting ready to go under. You hear what I'm saying? Because look, anybody and everybody can't get you out of some situation. You need sometimes some heavy duty stuff. Some people who know some things, so you can get through this. Because it's meant for you to get through it, baby. No matter what it looks like, it is meant for you to get through it. And I want you to get through. I want you to make it. So what? Sometimes we do foolish stuff because we allow ourselves to get hyped up by people. People will hype you up. They die. All that cheerleading. Go. You can do it. You can do it. Cheer. And you getting all excited about what they saying to you. That stroking. I was taught a long time ago, and I was told, Don't look for somebody to pat you on your back when you know you done something right, and you done it the way you supposed to have done it. Don't look for a pat on the back, because that pat on the back may never come. And if you don't get that pat, how you gonna feel? Because somebody didn't, praise you. They didn't tell you you did a great job. They didn't stand by your corner. They didn't give you a plaque. You didn't get a certificate. You didn't get a raise or a promotion. You still know you did your best. That's all that matters. Pat your own self on the back. Tell yourself you're great. You make sure you know that you put out your best. That's all that matters. Because let me tell you something. If you fall, great will be the fall. If you're looking for people to give you all of that whoop, whoop, whop, whop, all that praise, all that noise, that hooray. You're looking for all them applauses, from the outside. They will leave you. They will leave you. And then when you're left, you try to figure out how in the world am I going to get out of this? Because those people who got you there ain't nowhere to be found. But what you got to do is make sure you take care of you. Be the best you that you can be in this time, in this place. Humpty Dumpty might have had a hard time, but you ain't got to. Because you're going to learn your lesson. You're going to learn that you don't need a praise from nobody, because you have learned how to praise your own self. It says a bad frog won't praise his own pond. That's a phrase. It's a bad frog that won't praise his own pond. When you walk out there by that river, you will see. You will see and you will hear those frogs croaking. You hear that noise they're making? They praising their pond. They're praising their position. They're praising where they are. They're making noise, letting you know they recognize where they are, and they love it. Praise yourself, because you're good. You're wonderful. I thank you so much for your time. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. You have a fabulous day, because you are fabulous all by yourself. Let your light so ever shine, because, baby, you will light up the world. And I thank you for taking out time for me today and giving me a little bit of your whoop whoop silently. Blessings. Love you.